a lot of times I've seen in the past, when you get in the single digit temperatures or below zero, I mean, these deer will just move all day. And if they're circling the woods doing laps, there's a good chance that they're going to come through this spot. And this is where the big 8 likes to be. So hopefully I can keep the camera warm enough to function if it happens. I've already seen a few deer, well, 6 or 7, about 100 yards to the east of me here, and they were moving really quick from north to south. And I don't know if they, caught my wind or not. It's kind of swirling. But anyway, they weren't running away. They were paralleling me and heading into the thicket. A lot of times you'll see deer move pretty quick when it's windy as well. They just want to get where they're going because they're, it's harder for them to be on alert and know what's going on when it's so windy and they can't hear, and smells can get by them. So many different factors. So it should be an interesting morning. If a person can just figure out the cold weather gear, these are the absolute best days to be out here. But you gotta be comfortable. Fun fact, I forgot my left glove, so thank goodness for hand warmers. Well, it's 9:30. It was definitely worth a shot this morning, but I stayed off the beaten path to not mess with tonight's hunt. And, I was taking a shot and it didn't pay off. I thought I could potentially see the big 8 in here, and I actually think animals are starting to move more now. It's 9:30 and it's so cold. Just the blue jays are starting to go off in all directions, and a lot of times that means that animals are moving. But it's time for me to get down. I've got some work I gotta do, and then I got my cousin Sean coming at 12:30 to film for the afternoon, and the afternoon should be really good. A little skeptical of how high the wind is, but it should be really good. Future is straight diagonal line up all day, and it's cold. The wind is perfect. My uncle is in the muddy, which you can see. So we pretty much have this covered. I can shoot, I'm comfortable shooting 125 yards. So if they come out and they work out of my range, there's a good chance they're gonna go by the muddy, and Uncle John will have that covered. So right in front of the blind here we have some chicory and mixes of clover, and then right on the other side of that was supposed to be 3 acres of standing beans, but it kind of got taken over by water hemp. So it's like a mixture of water hemp and beans, but the deer really like it. At least during the gun season they were just pounding it, and judging by the trail camera pictures, there's still quite a few deer coming out here. And then once you get out beyond that, it's the brassica plots, which turned out pretty good. So usually the deer come out this west edge and they work their way out towards the brassica plots. So that's nothing. It's like as soon as the wind died, right? Yep. They're looking right at it. Yeah. Oh no, they're looking at that deer. this spot is the only daylight picture we have of the Big Ten in the morning. All fall since he came out of Velvet. So I figured this is my last day. This is my last chance with a buck tag. I gotta head home at about noon today to take care of some business, so this is what I'm gonna try. Right there is the field road crossing camera. Last night, we saw 30 to 40 deer, but no bucks over 3.5, so that was interesting to me. I guess to me that means that the bucks were either feeding somewhere else, or perhaps the big bucks have a doe. We would be kind of right on the second rut, cycle if there were does that hadn't been bred, so that could have been what was going on as well. But man, once the wind died last night, the deer just started coming out of the woodwork, and it seemed like every deer except the bucks that were 4.5 or older. Well, I shouldn't say that. There were a lot of young bucks that weren't out there too, so for whatever reason, it was just way more does and fawns last night and less of the bucks. There are a lot of really nice deer on this property that we didn't see last night, so that was interesting with it being -5 degrees and really high pressure. This morning at 5:54, I might be off on the time, but it was 5:50-ish. The Big Ten was on the home camera coming this way, and at 5 o'clock he was on the other side of the food plot, so he came from the northeast and fed through my food plot, and then came by the home camera, heading towards this bedding area. So for sure we were close this morning. I don't know how close, but I would say that he's probably bedded, within 300 yards of where I am right now. So that's how it goes. Awesome couple days though. The weather's certainly right. If I had more time, might be able to make something happen tonight, but that's all right.